One of the favorite things that myself and my family and several of my friends love doing is backpacking. There's just something about getting out there, putting your pack on, going places that most people won't go, and enjoying the wilderness. Today, we have a knife that carries that name. We have the White River Backpacker. This is from White River Knives, and they have produced this real small compact neck knife style of blade, an S30V, and they've given it that name Backpacker to really be that knife that backpackers and people who are looking for really lightweight compact items can really, you know, take this knife and get a lot done with this little blade. So today we're going to do a full review on this backpacking trip that we're out here in the Rocky Mountains enjoying the wilderness, and we're going to see really how this White River Backpacker holds up, and we're going to see what it has to offer, and hopefully by the end of the video you'll know whether or not this might be a great backpacking knife or EDC neck knife for you. So with that being said, let's get to it. All right, so I want to show you some basic specs here on the knife real fast. First thing is this, that it's made with S30V steel. We'll be talking about that throughout this video. We've got a very high saber grind with a 3-inch blade. The overall length from tip to the back of the handle is 7 inches, so 3-inch blade, 4-inch handle. It is an 1/8 of an inch thick satin finish. You can also get it in a different finish as well. Now, this knife by itself, as you see it in my hand right here, is 2.4 ounces, and then it's 4.4 ounces with the Kydex sheath. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here at the sheath. Now, a sheath for a neck knife is really important, and usually from my experience with neck knives, there's very few sheaths on the market that are done well. They're either usually molded plastic, they don't really give you a lot of lashing options, they're really designed just to wear around your neck. That's not the case with this backpacker. You're getting great, really well-made Kydex. I really like that a lot. The profile's a little large. They could definitely, you know, kind of cut it down a little bit if they wanted to, but what you're getting is definitely a very high quality, you know, Kydex sheath. They give you the 2 lashing points here. They give you paracord to wear around your neck with a snap breakaway. I cut that off, you know, because I usually wear it on my packs or on my belt. But that's nice as well, that you can just kind of pull and break it off if you need to, instead of just putting, you know, a piece of paracord around your neck and possibly strangling yourself if it gets caught up or something like that. Pulls out real nice, quick, easy, seats right back into place, 0 rattle, so very quiet. And then they give you this belt clip on the back that you feed your belt through that's going to fit a lot of very large belts, and this is rotatable. You can rotate it in a lot of different directions, 45 degrees, you know, you can do horizontal, vertical. So they just give you a lot of sheath options, and there's no need for you to upgrade this sheath, which we've had to do in the past with a lot of our other neck knives that we reviewed here on the channel. So guys, I'm really digging this sheath. I think they did a phenomenal job with it. Great setup for this neck knife, and I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 for the sheath rating on this backpacker. Well, folks, we made it up on our day hike during our backpacking trip. We made it all the way up to 12,000 feet here on this peak in the Rocky Mountains. Man, beautiful. And this is why I love the design, and I think just, again, I'll probably say it several times throughout this video, I think the name Backpacker is fantastic for the name of this knife. Because, you know, we backpacked it in and then we hiked it up, and this is the really only fixed blade I took up on this peak because, as you can see, there's not a lot of foliage around us, but I do want some sort of small fixed blade if I need it, and this is really fitting the bill really nicely so far. So the ergonomics is what we're going to look at here in this shot. The Backpacker comes with a paracord wrapped handle. You can get it all sorts of different colors. If you want, you can get what's called the Caper, and it's the exact same knife, but they give you G10 handle scales in a lot of different colors. So I opted for the Backpacker first since I was going on a backpacking trip, but hopefully in the future I can get my hands on a Caper and run them up against each other. So you have the option basically. As it stands right now, you can see here in my hand, feels very comfortable, fills out my large size hands very well. They've wrapped that paracord very nicely. You got that lanyard hold out the back. Got that nice little set of jimping there. It's not aggressive, but it does give me just a little bit of traction, and that's where your finger naturally wants to rest. And then you got this real deep finger groove right here, which really locks you into place, not only if you're doing some sort of stabbing, if you're using this more as an EDC blade, but also just locks you really into place when you are using the knife with your general cutting task. Now, the thing to note is that because this is so deep in here, with my large size hands and my large size finger, it fits fine. If you have probably double XL or triple XL size hands, I could see this cutout being a little small, and then it wouldn't be very comfortable. So that's just something to note and kind of just consider there. But other than that, for a paracord wrapped handle, guys, I think it's fantastic. As you know, over here at the channel, I give every single neck knife that's paracord wrapped a 3 out of 5, and then with handle scales, it depends, it goes up from there. So a 3 out of 5 on the ergonomic rating for this knife because it has the paracord wrap. I bet you that the Caper with the G10 handles will be a lot higher, but for a paracord wrapped handle, I really like it a lot. Really locks me into place and fills out my hand very nicely for all of my tasks I'd be putting this Backpacker knife through. All right, so let's talk about this blade and its overall design and overall performance. So I love the overall design of basically giving you that spear point. Really like that a lot. You know, aggressive, heavy drop into that saber grind, very high saber grind. So it's almost a full flat. And at an 1/8 of an inch thick, the spine, it's going to be durable enough to do, you know, most tasks that you would put a knife of this size through, but it also is very thin, so it's going to be able to be an awesome slicer with that really good, strong, but thin tip that you're going to be able to really get in there and get some really good slicing done. You know, there are other blades out there that might have a little bit more belly than this, but I love how it has that nice straight action into that really good belly so that you can cut open a lot of stuff and get a really good slicing motion with this blade, with the Backpacker. And I love the S30V steel. Now, for me personally, when I'm talking about a neck knife, this size of knife, I prefer stainless steel, and the reason for that is because these knives are either being worn close to your body on your packs, they're, you know, on your person, and they might be underneath your shirt, touching your skin, or you might be wearing them as a neck knife underneath your clothing, so they're riding up right against your skin. And if you're hot, sweaty, those type of things, those high carbon steel blades that are in this design that are out there, they're going to get rusted out real quick, and these stainless steel models, you know, help with that. So I really like the idea of the S30V. I put my own edge on it, came very sharp out of the box, but I was easily able in about, I don't know, 5 minutes to get my own personal edge, bring up the grind slightly. I stropped it. This thing is ridiculously sharp, guys, and just really will perform extremely well in all of your backpacking tasks, regardless if it's, you know, making some feather sticks for your fire, making a little notch for a trap you might be doing, or, you know, making you know, your sandwiches, preparing your food, cutting meat, cutting, you know, nylon straps, you know, paracord for maybe like a bear hanger, something like that. It just has a lot going for it and is a phenomenal workhorse for those of you looking for a really lightweight neck knife style of blade. I think that this Backpacker is really hitting it out of the park, particularly with that blade design. I'm just really digging it. It really feels like it's an extension of my finger and when I use it, and I just really... yeah, really performing well, guys. So the performance out of the park here on this Backpacker blade. All right, let's talk quality here real briefly on this Backpacker. It's not hard for me to give it a quality rating of 5 out of 5 because of the really good quality Kydex sheath, the great materials that they're using. It came in perfectly ground. Really like the handle wrap that they did, and just really well designed. It's just a really good quality, really well designed product, and you're gonna really get a high quality neck knife when you're purchasing the Backpacker with that quality rating of 5 out of 5. All right, folks, time for the value on this Backpacker. Now we're talking about a premium steel, USA made, great Kydex sheath. These go anywhere, depending on where you get them from, between $80 and $90. That's what you're looking at for this neck knife. And after really thinking about it, you know, and looking at other products out there on the market, there are very few neck knives that are rocking S30V. The attention to detail, the very high quality, I like how it's performing, the great Kydex sheath, one of the best neck knife sheaths on the market. I think that right around that price point, between 80 and 90 bucks, is totally worth it. I think it's gonna be a great value for you. Yes, it's more expensive than those high carbon ones, but it's a lot less maintenance. So that's why I like it, and like we've already talked about, a lot less worrying about rusting, and you know, it doesn't have a coating on it. You know, you're either gonna get it with the satin finish that we have right here, or they have the DLC coating, you know, very tough black coating that will be on there as well, that you could if you wanted to. I like the satin because, you know, it's just a little bit different. We do a lot of black blades over here, but you can do that as well. So guys, I think it's a great value. I think it's definitely worth the money. 5 out of 5 here for the value on the Backpacker. Well, folks, it's time for us to bring this review to a close. We started out in the great outdoors, packing this blade into an amazing set of wilderness. You know, we camped at about 11,000, hiked all the way up to 12,400 on that peak that you saw some of the reviewing that we talked about. And did a lot of, you know, camp, backpacking, bush tasks with this Backpacker. Then we ended up here in the backyard doing lots of EDC tasks. I did some food prep in the house, did a bunch of cardboard cutting, went through some really tough, you know, plastic garden borders, and just really, you know, have abused and used this Backpacker both in backpacking situations and in EDC situations. And guys, I think this is a fantastic design. I think they really did well over there at White River with this Backpacker. Again, not only fulfilling and accomplishing and, you know, excelling at backpack chores and backpacking chores, outdoor chores, but also EDC chores. And even, I believe, you know, God forbid, if you had to use your knife in a, you know, self-defense situation, I think that this is also even designed really well with that jimping and that huge deep guard right there that you could absolutely, and how the blade is designed, use this as a last-ditch self-defense blade if you needed to, and you know what you're doing. You could use it in that sense as well. So I mean, this can cover a plethora of tasks, and I think that White River has really executed a fantastic neck knife, particularly with that premium stainless steel S30V, guys. So and again, the great sheath. So I mean, there's nothing that I can complain about with this blade. If you are in the market for that premium blade with a good quality sheath and you're wanting stainless steel, I think you should definitely consider the White River Backpacker as an awesome option for a neck knife or EDC blade to carry on your person at all times. I think it would easily fit any task and fulfill any task you might desire a knife of this size to do and complete. So my likability, guys, is 5 out of 5 here at the channel for the Backpacker. I really hope that overall this review has helped you out with your purchasing decisions. As always, check us out on all the relevant social media. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video, and as always, remember to stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.